What up, world? It's your boy Adrian, and I'm back. Now, today I will be talking about one of my teams, the North Carolina Tar Heels. Now, everybody y'all knows, I have three teams in sports that I absolutely love. North Carolina Tar Heels basketball, Michigan football, and of course, don't forget the Pittsburgh Steelers. But hey, we're going to talk about my Tar Heels yesterday. And as we all know, the NCAA tournament got started last week. This week, we're in the second weekend. But disappointingly, I got to give you my take. My Tar Heels lost yesterday in the Sweet 16 as the 1 seed to the 5 seed Auburn Tigers, 97-80. We got outplayed in every facet of the game. And as we all know, the tournament is about shooting, rebounding, playing defense, man. And those three things we did not do well yesterday. We shot 7 for 28 from the three-point line. Auburn shot 17 for 37. Made 17 threes, 6 above their season average. They also shot above 50%. We shot below 50% from the field as well, total. We turned the ball over 14 times. They turned the ball over 11. They also had a ton of points off our turnovers. Also, Auburn leads the nation in turnovers forced and points off turnovers. That tells you what. Those ingredients lead to, guess what, us taking an L, which we did yesterday. And from the beginning of that game, we played pretty well. We got out we tried trying to get out, and we 5-7 point lead. Auburn just kept pushing and kept pushing. Towards the end of the half, they ended up going into the half up to 41-39 as McCormick got to the rim off a screen and laid it in 41-39. But you know, the man who saved Auburn, who kept them in the game yesterday, Chuma Okeke, power forward. He had 20 points and 11 rebounds before ultimately going out with the injury, and as today as it was diagnosed as a torn ACL. When he went down yesterday, it was a pretty nasty injury. But I wish him well, wish him the best. Auburn deserved to win that game. Like, we did not look like we wanted to play yesterday, by the way. Roy called timeout early in that second half and got on his players from 1 to 5, like I said. He got in the faces and let them know. As a team, that's what you're supposed to do. Tom Izzo even did it to Aaron Henry last week, and everybody jumped all over him, which I don't think was the right thing to do for him getting on them. Hey, that's what coaching does, and that's how you get to your players. I think there's nothing wrong with it. Can't baby all the players. You have to get to it, make a point. But, hey, we tried to push it. We tried to get it close. We even at 1 point and a half got it to 6 within the 10 to 12 minute range. But Auburn just kept pushing and pushing. And once you shoot that lights out, then that's what happens. Even the two guards didn't play well. Bryce Brown and Harper did not shoot the ball from the field very well. But guys came off the bench, Dunbar, Purifoy, and just shot the lights out. When you hit 17 threes and we only hit 7, that's 10 more points. That's plus 30. Hey, that tells you something right there. We just didn't have the intensity. I know Nazir was sick all week. It was a game time decision. They said Cam was even battling 100-degree fever. Kobe even tweaked his ankle and towards the middle of the half. He didn't look right the rest of the game. But, hey, you got to go in there and you got to get it. March Madness is a dogfight. It's a scratch and claw your way. You got to get on to the next opponent. It's not easy. This tournament, that's the beauty of this tournament. Auburn deserved to win, and we didn't win. This is the second year that we go down to an SEC team. Last year we lost in the second round to Texas A&M, which I was not surprised last year because this team this year is a lot better, has more ingredients to win. But this year we lose in the Sweet 16. We had expectations, that I did anyways, at least as a Tar Heel fan, of us getting to a national championship and ultimately trying to claim one and get Roy's fourth since he's been there. And we did not do that. It was tough. It was really tough, man. You know, but things happen. March Madness happens. Games happen. And we got to move on to next year. But like I said, a tough loss. And also, don't forget that Auburn only lost on their boards by 4. But they did have 10 offensive rebounds to our 14. And that's one thing that we really struggled this year is big man. Like, we haven't had the success of a good play of our big men as we typically usually do as we have in the past. Sterling Manley fell out the rotation. We're using Garrison Brooks. Luke's not athletic, as we all know, but next year that has to be a key of emphasis. We recruited a big man, but we got to develop and play our players like Roy's usually done. We don't usually get these one-and-done players like a Duke or a Kentucky. But, hey, I'm hoping Roy can start recruiting these boys and get them out there and playing because we should get that advantage too with Carolina, baby. We're Jordan on those jerseys, baby. Blue blood just like them too. But, hey, it's got to get on the next season, and I just wanted to talk about that loss real quick. But let's talk about the future of this program, what it's looking like heading into next season. As we all know, we're losing 3 seniors, Cam Johnson, the grad transfer from Pitt, who served a wonderful 2 years while he was here. Kenny Williams, a defensive stalwart from Luke May, the unathletic who gets a double-double all-time guy. Great college career, and shout out to him. Now, the two question marks that we have, like I said before, was our two standout freshmen, Nazir Little and Kobe White. Coming into this year, I thought Nazir would have a better freshman year than Kobe, but Kobe, when leaps and bounds, is scoring the ball. He's more of a combo guard, in my opinion, more of a two guard, but he had to play the point for us, and he's the most athletic, gifted scorer that I've seen Roy Williams recruit and have play. Now, will they leave? We don't know. Nazir, most season, came off the bench, and Roy didn't start him, which I thought was wrong. Didn't give him more minutes. But in this tournament, he played exceptionally well before this game. Yesterday, he even had two dunks that were blocked. We were trying to get closer, and it saved 4 points for Auburn. But he just didn't look himself. Energy-wise, just sat from the flu. But, hey, if they come back, we can have a great team. Maybe he can pull a Harrison Barnes from 2010. Harrison Barnes came back for his sophomore year and ended up being the first-round pick by the Golden State Warriors in the lottery. Hey, Kobe, I'm not sure. We'll see. Now, hey, the rest of the team looking solid. We're getting Garrison Brooks and Sterling Manny back from the end of the year. Andrew Platek losing Seven Woods. We're keeping Seven Woods back. So we're looking okay. We recruited. We got two commits to recruit. And Armando Bacall, who's a power forward / center. Then we're also getting Jeremiah Francis, a point guard out of Ohio. Those are two for sure that we're looking at that we got. Now, the guy that I'm really zoned in on right now is uncommitted. Is Cole Anthony, a point guard at Oak Hill Academy, who has North Carolina in his top 5. And all the experts have him coming to Carolina as he will be making his decision on April 20th. By the way, his father is Greg Anthony, who played with UNLV, the running Rebels, with Larry Johnson, back in the day in the early 90s. He also played point guard for the Knicks. So, hey, we'll see what happens with that. Hopefully they come. If he can come, he can get plugged in right away at the 1, put Kobe at the 2, Nazir at the 3. He'll be starting. Hey, we'll be looking good next year. We're also looking at Matthew Hurst, a power forward out of Minnesota. Maybe we'll see what he decides to do. We're also looking at Precious Achiuwa. I don't think we're going to get him, but maybe closer to Matthew Hurst. We'll see. I know the Royals know how to recruit, and like I said, we need to start looking at these one-and-dones too as well. But with that form, that's what the team's looking like coming forward. And one more thing I'd like to point out is the fact that we're looking at grad transfer from Akron, Daniel Otuma, if I'm saying that properly. A lot of schools are looking at Nevada, Xavier, USC, Clemson, Iowa. We'll see what happens. But hey, like I said, it was a disappointing year. We didn't get to where we want to be. With the first 1 seed to lose, and all the other 1 seeds are still left. Like I said, the Elite 8 starts tonight, real shortly coming up, by the way, at over 6 o'clock on this East Coast, and I'm about to get ready to watch the Elite 8 games, but it's tough not to see my boys advancing and playing tomorrow, but it will continue. We'll be back next year, like I continue to say. Like I'm going to say, like a real Tar Heel fan, hey, at this point, I don't care who wins this national championship, as long as it is not, the Duke Blue Devils. Now, Zion is a great player. They're very talented. But I will not be rooting for them to capture any national title. My disdain for them is real, and that rivalry is real. So anybody else can win that tonight. And it's about to tip off with the Elite 8. We got Gonzaga and Texas Tech playing tonight, starting off. So, hey, I'm going to watch these games tonight. Maybe Purdue can advance and beat Virginia, which I think is a super overrated team. Hey, we'll see what happens. And tomorrow you got Duke and Michigan State playing. And then, Kentucky's playing as well, too, tomorrow, playing Auburn. But, hey, we'll see what happens. Like I said, as long as Duke doesn't win, I'm cool with it. Hopefully Michigan State can beat them tomorrow. Hey, but guess what? It's a great season for my Tar Heels. Up and down, up and down. Started the season off slow. Came into the new year, took off, and those national title expectations went through the roof. And guess what? Disappointing loss. But, hey, we'll be back next year, like I continue to say. And we're going to be back for more years to come, as long as we got Roy as a coach, as long as we recruit, as long as we do what we're supposed to be doing. But, hey, they're my boys. We're back next year, like I said. Hey, it's your boy Adrian. You know what to do. College basketball fans around the world, North Carolina fans, hey, you know what to do. Leave a comment below in that box below. It's your boy Adrian. I will be back. And don't forget to follow me on Twitter. That's at Keeping the Score. Like I'm going to keep tending to tell you, subscribe. It's your boy Adrian. I'm out.